I know a lot of liberal people. Obviously, I know thousands of people, and I don't hang with one group. And most of the liberals I know have adopted that philosophy or believe in the liberal tenets because they feel it's more compassionate than conservatism. All right? And because they want to help people, they want to help the underdog. And this has been in play since the late 1960s and the Vietnam War. You know, we're compassionate, give peace a chance, all of that, okay? Liberalism. But now that's changed. And I'm going to prove that to you tonight. It's changed totally. So liberal America is now apathetic in many cases to human suffering. And that is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. There is a video, and I'm going to run it for you now, of 3 little girls, ages 9, 6, and 18 months, who were trapped on an island, Mexico-controlled island, in the Rio Grande River and rescued by the National Institute of Migration, a Mexican organization. Now, the girls were crying. No adults in sight. You can see that, okay? This is a horrendous, horrific story. These 3 little girls could have drowned, right? They're that close to the river. The Mexican authorities have them now. They're in foster care in Mexico, and you can imagine how that is. The girls are from El Salvador. And again, we're in contact with the Mexican authorities. Where are their parents? What's going on? How did they get there? The 9-year-old should be able to tell the authorities about the Odyssey. But keep in mind that unaccompanied minors, I mean, the stats are unbelievable. It's about more than 300,000 since Joe Biden has been in office of kids like that just showing up at the Mexican border, more than 300,000. And more than 1,000 migrants of all ages have died in their odyssey to get to the USA. Now, this is a human rights situation down there. And they come to the border, all the migrants do, because they think they can just walk in to America, which they can because of this insane, lax border policy that President Biden has instituted. Now, I write a very vivid message of the day on BillO'Reilly.com about that. But no one can argue that when little children, 18 months old, one of them, are in danger of being killed, that something should be done to stop this. But nothing is being done. And I mean that literally. Nothing is being done. The corrupt corporate media didn't even cover this story, even though they had the video. Everybody had the video that you just saw, okay? They didn't mention it. Only Fox News mentioned it, and briefly, okay? This is a very important piece of tape to show any caring American how bad this is down on the southern border. Now, the last time that President Biden even addressed unaccompanied minors coming to the border was a year ago. I'm sorry, almost a year ago, March 25th, 2021. Almost a year ago. Hadn't said a word. Nothing. White House press corps? Nah, don't care. Why don't they care? Because the corporate media is invested in Joe Biden. They want him to succeed and the Progressive Democratic Party to rule. That's why. So any negative story, and this certainly is a negative story against Biden, I mean, what do you want? This policy of allowing millions of foreign nationals into this country is causing death and destruction and displacement of children. Look at these 3 little girls. What's going to happen to them? Does Biden care? No. If America shut down that border, he issued an executive order today saying we're suspending all asylum claims and not allowing anybody to enter unless you have proper credentials, paperwork. If you shut it down today, that would stop. It'd take a little time for word to get out, but it would stop the madness. So that's one emergency way to do it. But he won't. Because he doesn't care. I could sit here and show him that video, and he could sit next to me. And I said, what are you doing? What are you doing? And he blamed the Republicans. You know what he'd do. So, you know, sometimes in the news business, you got to get personal. And this is as personal to me as I've ever seen any story. And I'm not even going to get into the hundreds of thousands of people being killed by fentanyl and the narcotics that are record amounts of narcotics streaming across that open border. Maybe getting into that pain and the millions of American citizens here that are suffering because of unregulated migration in many, many different ways. And he doesn't care. And you know what? I don't know if the majority of the American people care. Because in the midterm election, they had a chance, the voters had a chance to repudiate the Democratic Party. They didn't. What Democratic senator? Schumer? Have you heard him say anything about these little kids at the border? Kamala Harris? Who? No one. No one on the Democratic side. And even the Republicans aren't strong enough on the issue. They're not strong enough. They should be out there today with a press conference. Okay, McConnell and all the other Democratic leaders, McCarthy, should be out there with this tape going, it's got to stop. They're not. They're not. Inflation at its highest level in 40 years. Interest rates skyrocketing. We all know that. Market experts like Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan, not only predict a recession, but are using scary terms like economic hurricane and unprecedented. So, you need to call the only precious metal dealer I trust, American Hartford Gold. They will show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. Please call them today, and they will have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your IRA or 401k. They have thousands of satisfied customers, are the highest rated firm in the country with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you, and they'll give you up to $2,500 of free silver on your first order. Please call 866-501-5201, 866-501-5201, or text BILL to 65532. Again, 866-501-5201 or text BILL to 65532.